Good morning, everybody, and welcome. Kind of chilling for the moment. Waiting for the first race 10 to open. Oh, my legs are sore. That's for sure. I need you to refresh. Thank you. There we go. Pup, don't put your toys on the rocker panel, you fool. Oh, buddy. What are you doing? Oh, I did spill something on that. Yeah, that's fair. It's okay, you can clean it off. You're fine, pup. I'm just gonna spin for a little bit. My legs do not feel a weight. Wait until they wake up. Wait until the pen's open. Excited for... I got something that should help with my position. We'll see. Good morning, Wacky. How you doing? Kind of chilling for the moment, waiting for the pens to open. That's good. Good, good, good. That's cool. What are you making today? Or just hanging out, not necessarily making. Really sad. I thought I had set up something to work for, not for stream, but for something useful for us, but apparently it didn't work. I'll have to check it. Check something else, see if it works. Yeah, my legs are not awake yet. Oh, that's cool. Hi, animals. You have no break from the floor. Lock. Oh, animals. Hi. Pens should open here very soon. Oh, God. What was that lag? Zwift, you good? Oh, that's really cool. That's a fun way to do it. Next. Oh, animals. They have decided that this is a play place, of course. That's really cool. That's a really good skill to have because you can make, I don't want to say easy things for presents, but you can make things for presents. Waiting for the pens. It should be here in a second. If not, I'm concerned. There it is. I bet. I know a lot of people that enjoy that. Not my thing. I used to sew. I used to be very good at sewing, but not something I do anymore. And I never really, I only ever hand sewed. I never used a machine. Well, I had a job for a short period of time where I used a very fancy machine, but that's a different story. See if it turns it off when it's done. Hand sewing is definitely just as much of an art form, apparently. Hey, whatever works. How many people signed up? Oh, that's not bad. Let's see if there's a group in this. Turner boy, chill. Oh, why are you in a terrible gear? I was not prepared for that. He's dead. Animals. Why are you doing this? Why? You're fine. Nyx is an idiot. Nyx just knocked over our Japanese blinds. And did he unplug something too? Boy, vey. Are we good? Because I don't know. What else did you ruin, bud? Jesus. That's not... Okay, good, we're back. But I need to leave out of this. Buddy. Buddy. What the hell is your problem? He jumped up on top of the blinds. I don't know how. And then toppled all of them over. Oh my god. Our cats have had a pet. That's not good. How are you not connected? You're Ethernet it in. What is happening? No, I don't want that. That's not what I want. I don't want Bluetooth. There it is. That's what I want. There we go. Nick's breaking everything. Alright, I think we're good. I've lost the groove. Let me get back in the draft. So steering is still finicky on my right. I'll have to see if I can find the email on how to recalibrate. Whew. That was more of a effort than I intended. What a way to start the morning. Try to do a little bit of a higher level warm-up. We'll see if it works. It wasn't my intention, but who knows, maybe it'll work better. I have no idea where Nick's disappeared to.
Welcome aboard.
I don't want to push too much.
Activate.
175-ish is good. That's a warm-up. I should probably come around. I'm probably going to tail off a little bit. I'm going to push too hard if I stay here. The goal. 175 is kind of a good sweet spot. I don't want to do too much beyond that. Just kind of keep it easy. But warm up enough. This little uphill is probably where they'll go away and I'll have to pull out. Alright. Try to see if I can stand the draft at all. But probably not. Which is fine. Yeah, I figured as much. I don't want to push my warm-up. Alright. We got 6 minutes with a little bit of effort. That's pretty good little warm-up with them. Considering I don't normally hit green in my warm-ups with tinies. For better or for worse. But I'll wind back down now. Go back down to zone 2 most likely. Might go till like 10 minutes here and then go find a pace partner. Sorry. Side texting. Family stuff. Apologies. Oh, not paying attention. Alright. Alright. Yeah, sorry. Dealing with personal stuff on the side. Can't really talk about it, but yeah, things are okay. Appreciate the ask. All right. Go ahead and switch up. Yay! I am level 89. All right, so 15 minutes. So let's go chill with this group. Why did you log me out? What the heck? Yeah, I'll still race. Just kind of balancing everything. It's a busy weekend. That's why Penguin's not here right now. Ugh. So, I'm just chatting with her. Ooh. Can I uncheck that event? I can't. Oh, that's annoying. Ugh. So yeah, this is racing for me is my way of kind of not venting, but no worries, Wacky. Life is chaos right now for everybody, I think. I get it. I do not hold it against anybody when they're not around. I just hope everything's all good for everybody. What was that camera shift? Ugh. Allergies are horrible right now. Yeah, if you see me with red eyes, it's not what you think, it's allergies. My allergies have been horrid this year. I feel like I have not gotten a break from them at all. That was weird. That's not good. What is happening? Peter, are you okay? Yes, de-stressing, exactly. Peter's being finicky, which I don't like. There's a weird freeze right there. OBS says we're still good, so I'm gonna trust it. I don't know what the heck that was all about, though. Yeah, it's been so rough. Like, I take allergy meds every day, and I don't get it. I live on allergy meds 24/7. And it feels like no matter what I do, it still is not enough. Doesn't help. I have allergies, and then it's really weird. I have, like, double-layered eyelashes. So they have a habit of falling out. And they get in my eye all the time. It's freaking annoying. If you don't know what that feels like, be happy. Yeah. Oh yeah, I sleep with a fan constantly. I can't live without a fan. It's just like all of a sudden it just kicked in. Like, oh yeah, I forgot you weren't suffering. Thanks. Thanks, Nose. Appreciate it. My life for not having allergies. Yeah, and I get them probably every other day. Because literally, if I just like lightly touch my eyelashes, I'll probably get some. And usually it's not a small amount, it's like 2 or 3. Oh, yeah, no, that's... I cannot hold a candle to that. That's for sure. I don't wish that on anybody. Alright. Doing. So, fair warning for today. I know, broken record on tiny races. Today's going to be rough because it's working off of ZRS max. So my ZRS is below, and I should be in a category lower. My ZRS max is higher, which means I'm going to be in a higher category than I should be. Yay. I'm just doing this more as a decompress. Whew. Unfortunately, because I joined Zwift Unlocked, now I can't just hop. Oh, well, no, I don't want to hop into the pet stuff. I'm not paying attention. Yeah, it's going to be a little brutal. I'm probably going to get my butt kicked literally every single race. So, be prepared for that because of the fact that they have a semi-hidden ranking system that isn't really publicized, and that's what they're using for the tiny races, which nobody really knew that this was a thing. This is news to a lot of people that this has become a thing. So I don't really know why this has become a thing, that we're now adding on another ranking system. It's kind of frustrating, if I'm honest. Because ZRS as itself is not great, and now we're just tacking on another level of not great. This one should be disc, because it's all flat. What shoes did I get? Oh, they're a little too bland. So, yeah, today is going to be rough, unfortunately. Unfortunately, that's just my life in Zwift right now. It's just consistently getting screwed by the system of Zwift. Basically what it is lately. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm going to go run to the bathroom. And then we will die together, so enjoy that in game, because apparently we can't differentiate. I was very confused because I came back to Pastrami is laying on top of me, and I'm like, what? I get it. And I did check. I did indeed have an eyelash right at the corner of my eye. So that was part of the cause. That's fun. That's fun. Alright. Let's switch. Get my hardcore music going. Restart the audio device because it's having a heyday today. I'm really concerned that this computer's dying, which would be a big problem. I just had to repair another computer. I don't want to have to do it again. If you've never had to do consistent computer repairs, it sucks. Alright, so we've got not too much. Okay. Okay. Makes sense. Oh no, Chili. Peter, how's it going? I hate that when it's like you were sweating pretty good, and you stop and you step away for a moment, and you get chilly, and now I've got 3 minutes before I'm gonna get warm again. See, the issue is we have 4 PCs that all have to be like up to date in some sense, and then we each have our own laptop. Which, I mean, granted, the one I use is about 8 years old, so none of our computers are new. Like, I say we have 4 PCs, but they're all, like, the one that I'm running Zwift on right now is about 4 generations old. I have a 1080 Ti in it. See, and that's why I don't like laptops, is you can't fix that. I think the newest graphics card we have is like a 3050. I think we'd have either a 3050 or 3060. I can't remember which one. And I think that is in my main PC. And then Penguin in one of hers has an AMD. But I think all of our computers now are running AMD processors, thankfully. Because if you're not gaming constantly, Intel's not worth it. Intel is good for gaming, but AMD is good for every day. I know, controversial take, people might hate me for that. But that's fine. Oh, why is my back sore? I'm getting old, I hate it. My body's complaining. That's literally the point. 110% of FTP sounds like pain. It is. It is, yes. It's a 7.7 kilometer route. So yeah, if anybody didn't see last Sunday, I did do the 80 kilometer race. Kind of race. From that, I did end up getting some saddle sores, so that's why I haven't been on this week. But I have ordered a shorter stem, which will hopefully make it so I stop riding so much on the point of the saddle. I'm getting a 20 millimeter shorter stem, so it should bring me back here and keep me planted, because I know that's part of my problem is during races I choke up a lot and I end up riding a little bit too far forward and I can't slide my saddle forward anymore. So I was trying to avoid changing out the stem because that's a cost, whereas just sliding the saddle is not. Alright, hopefully that makes sense. You settle. Alright. A little less than 30 seconds. Let's hope my computer holds together. I already had like 1 pretty hardcore freeze and 2 or 3 light freezes. Wacky Ears is much stronger than mine is. Without a shadow of a doubt. 5 seconds. What the heck? What the heck? That start. Sorry, I can't read your Wacky. That start was insane. This pace. I'm burning W bell just to tail gun. Why is everybody on the inside? That's never been a thing. Yeah. What is happening? I don't have this. We haven't gone below 3.5. This is insanity. I am not fighting for this. This is insane. I don't understand what the hell's happening. Why am I in this group, Zwift? I don't even remotely belong here. This is why my CRS says I don't belong here. I don't know if my ZRS max decays. This is insanity. They're still going 3-4. They've done 3-4, 3-5 average the entire race. In what world does my profile say I can handle? My FTP is like 2.8. Oh, this is frustrating. Oh, now they're going 3-7. This is insane. Up to 4.6. I think we have the leg snapper next. I don't care anymore. I'm not pushing. This is insane. I'll start trying to recover for the next race. My hands are soaked in sweat. Yeah. It's gonna be like 2.5 minutes of recovery time. That was... Yeah, almost. Yeah, that was not for a lack of trying. I can't hold that power. That's not power I have. I can't do 3.5 average for 11 minutes. That's literally not in my power profile. Ugh. Oh, that sucked. Yep, still can't do the lower level. That's insane. I don't understand. Ugh. And now we finish at the top of the leg snapper. So this is just going to be get to the finish again. That pace was insane. I don't know if I've had to race at a pace like that before in a tiny race in a category that I've been part of. That was insane. I don't think there's any question that I don't belong in this category. I think that shows it. Oh, God. But if my 0S max can't go down, then I'm probably going to wait and not do tiny races until it goes down. Or if it's like a 30-day max or something, then I won't race these until it's gone. Because it's really tough when you literally stand zero chance. That was a flat course. I should have been okay. There's no chance that I should have gotten dropped that hard. But could I have stayed? Possibly. Would I have had literally anything left after that? No. Yeah, I mean, even with what I did, my legs are still taxed. We're back up to 3-4 again. Three 6, 3-7. Oh, thank God. It's a slaughter. Yeah, they're riding it like maybe above my 5-minute power for 4 races in a row. I can't. That's beyond me. I don't know that I've finished basically dead last in a tiny race before. They're still going 3.5. They have not slowed down. And a reminder that that 3.5 is average. So it's probably people at the front going harder. People at the back going slower. That's kind of the expected pace that you need in order to stay with them. This hurts in so many different ways. I'm doing my best to hold on and just, my best is not enough. Not gonna lie, this sucks. This is miserable. I still can't do a lower one. Even though my score is 318. I'm in a 350 to 5. This is ridiculous, Zwift. My main score is now 32 points below. But because this is using ZRS Max, it means nothing. I'm literally just tanking my racing score. This is insanity. This is absolutely ridiculous. It's just... My keyboard is being stupid. This is... Apologies for kind of being salty. It's just, this is frustrating. They have broken racing. Because I literally can't race in the category that I should race in. Because my DRS max is stagnant and doesn't change. So I'm stuck racing right now people almost 200 points above me, which is just insanity. I wanted to see if I could drop my ZRS max by doing this, and I'll give it the last 2 races, but I don't think I can. And you can obviously tell I'm not faking it. I'm not purposefully getting myself dropped. My heart rate should show that. Hello? There we go. I will fully admit I'm salty today because this is frustrating. This is very difficult to kind of process that this is what I'm stuck with. So this is how they've gone with the tiny races. But these last 2 races, if my ZRS max doesn't go down after this, then obviously ZRS max doesn't decay, which is insane. That's such an oversight. I don't understand why we have ZRS if we're just going to introduce ZRS max on top of it. Ugh. Salty. I want to enjoy my races again. I'm absolutely going to get destroyed on this one.
Can you feel that?
I miss enjoying the tiny races, and I haven't in a while because they haven't really had a scoring system that, or a categorization system that works anymore. It's gonna make me not race them anymore. Oh, are we not gonna go hard this time? What are we doing? There we go. That's weird. How are we still doing such high wattage? We're on race 3, people. I guess there we're down to 2.8. Oh, there we go. Ah. Hunt group is doing insane watts again. I don't care if you catch me, bud. This is miserable. I'm gonna be honest. Nah. Restart you. Oh, good. This is not going well. I'm glad this one's the last one because it doesn't matter where I finish or how long. Because this is miserable. I stand absolutely zero chance. Like, sometimes I'll give myself a percentage. None. Absolutely none. I mean, I'm lucky if I finish top 100 in this right now, with how hard everybody's going. Five seconds. I'll be lucky if I make it to the lap banner with everybody this time. So I am very tired. I'm hurting. Oh. Power's gone. And they're still doing 3-4. What the hell? Good. I'll be happy to finish today. Seems like the pack might have scattered. How so? That was miserable. I'd be willing to bet my ZRS max has not changed, and my ZRS is in the garbage. Which is, like, if there's more than 50 points between the two, that's insane. That's not how it should be. Let's see. Yeah. I'm not proud of those races, unfortunately. That's it. Yeah. ZRS is now 313. Let's see. Oh, I can't even. That's weird. Well, the thing that's frustrating is because CRS is so screwed, I can't race in a category that makes sense. So I just raced against people that are like 50, at minimum 50 points above me. So I can't, like, racing isn't racing anymore, it's just finishing, which really sucks. Yeah, and my ZRS max has not gone down, which means that the tiny races are useless to me now. It is, it's very broken. Because apparently there's something called ZRS max, which is ridiculous. Basically, it's a shorter duration test that isn't publicized and doesn't decay. It just gets replaced every like 30 days or something. So until that score resets, which I have no idea how it got that way, I basically can't race in crits because it's going to put me in a category that is remotely wrong. Like, my racing score is 313, and I was just racing in the 350 to 510 category. That doesn't make any sense. At best, somebody is 37 points better than I am. At worst, they're almost 200 points better than I am. That means they're like 75% better. That's insanity. I don't understand why we now need another race score system. And one that's even more broken than ZRS. Because there's no way I belong in that category. The reason I did it is I wanted to test if you can bleed ZRS Max. You can't. ZRS Max is stuck, whereas ZRS can actually bleed. That doesn't make any sense. So I placed about 100 all 4 races, which is ridiculous. And that didn't trigger me being able to race in a lower category. That's basically what I wanted to do this morning. I knew I stood no chance, but I wanted to see if I can, correct my score, but you can't. So I'm stuck with this ridiculous score until Zwift arbitrarily decides that it's not right anymore and just takes the next score in the list, which is crazy. So it was probably taken from my fitness peak. I'm not in a fitness peak anymore, which means I'm just stuck and I can't change it. Whereas ZRS at least kind of moves with you. I don't agree with how it moves. I don't think it's correct. But it at least moves with you. So, I don't know. That's annoying. It's a very broken scoring system. That means that I'm not going to race tiny races until my ZRS Max changes. Because I stand no chance. That was very difficult to want to continue when you know that you're literally just there as fodder. You have zero chance of doing anything productive. It's mentally very fatiguing to do that. But I wanted to at least finish it, because if I'm going to start them, I want to try to finish them. I just canceled the recording, because nobody wants to sit and watch a video of somebody finishing 100th place and getting dropped every race. That's not overly enjoyable. That's for sure. I'm shocked people aren't in Zwift right now. There was a lot of fight for ZRS, like being terrible, and people just stopped. And I don't know why. But now that the winter crew has come on, it means that the fields are super bloated. And like, they were racing all of those races at my 5-minute power. And they're like 10-minute races, so I just... there's nothing I can do about that. Like, most of the races were 9 to 11 minutes. And if they're racing them at my 5-minute best, that's it. I can race at my 5-minute and then fold. But I can only do that 1 or 2 races, if that. I can't do that 4 races in a row, and even then it doesn't. Like, if I'm racing my 5-minute best, but it's a 10-minute race, after 5 minutes, I'm going to start fading. While they're still doing that power. That's the tough thing, is every race they were doing it way above my power. And there's just nothing I can do about it. It's tough. It's very tough to keep, like, mentally positive. So, I will just not do crits or anything that uses ZRS max until my ZRS max comes down. I just think it's weird to instill, or to create a point system or a ranking system that can't change with your fitness. That's a very flawed system. Because it incentivizes you to never do your best effort. Because if you do your best effort, you can't match it. Hey, Corpman! You just missed me doing miserable in all of my races. I normally find enjoyment in racing. That was just... There was no enjoyment in that because finishing off the back of the race every time is so tough. Like, you want to be... Like, you want to participate. Don't worry, you didn't miss anything. I'm just ranting because it's based off of a different ranking system than the main ranking system. And it has me racing against people that are head and shoulders better than me. So, I got dropped in every race. So, basically I was trying to see, like, with ZRS, which is the main ranking system, you can bleed your ranking. Basically, as you race, it goes up or down based on your positioning. So it's kind of like skill-based matchmaking, but there's a skill floor based on your power. Well, apparently there's also ZRS Max, which is based off of your best X effort. I don't know exactly what it is, but it doesn't decay, it just gets replaced every 30 days. So, if you set that at your best possible fitness, and you're not at your best possible fitness every time, you can't ever match it, so. Oh, don't be. I also do stupid races. The 2 races, the last one and this one that you've seen, are not normal races. Most normal people don't do 80-kilometer races, and most normal people don't do the tiny races, which is 4 races in an hour. So, if you want to try racing, do the Z Racing series that happens every hour. Well, every 10 minutes past the hour. That's your best bet. Do those. Those use the main ZRS system. Basically, make sure the big thing you want to check for is category enforcement. Because if there's no category enforcement, it means people can basically race in whatever category they want. So technically, a Category A racer, who should be the cream of the crop, can technically race Cat D if they wanted to, and nothing stops them. So you always just want to make sure that there's category enforcement, so you know that you're racing against people that should be relatively close to you. Because otherwise, people like to race down a lot in non-category enforced races, and it's really annoying. Because racing is fun when you feel like you have a chance. When you feel like you don't have a chance, it's very discouraging and it's not fun. And that's what category enforcement kind of tries to aim to do, is make sure you're racing against people that match. Which is why I'm ranting and raving against CRS maps. Because that's broken. It doesn't work. You probably don't even have a ZRS max really right now anyway, so it's not a worry for you. Slow, you'll be happy. I have bought something to help me stop sliding forward in my saddle. I know you always comment on that. Finally doing something about it. Yeah, don't worry about it, Corbson. Just pick the normal Z Racing. And Z Racing is category enforced. So just go for the lowest category it will let you in. Because if you go for the lowest category that it lets you in, that's where you belong. And it'll say recommended for you. There'll be a blue little banner that says recommended. You want to race in the category that it recommends for you. Because that should put you in the category that you belong in. But know that racing isn't always easy. There's a lot of strategy to it. It is still a game. I will plug my old video series that I did. It's not as relevant because Zwift has changed a little bit since then, but the concepts still work. It's like a 5 or 6 part mini-series where I covered a couple of different things that are super helpful in racing. Because I am not super strong. Power level is not my strong suit. I am very tactical, which is why I enjoy races that allow me to be tactical. Case in point, last week's and this week's races did not allow me to do that. I'm very efficient, and that's my skill set. So that comes from experience. I think I saw in Zwift Power that I just hit like 700 races. So I've got a lot of experience. And it's just a matter of finding the flow of the pack. It's things like, if you're doing a climb, any chance you get where it eases off or goes downhill at all, gain your gears back. Try to put it into a harder gear so you have gears left later. For drafting, always try to stay behind. Don't work at the front of a group unless you absolutely have to. There is no perk in working at the front of a group unless you're actually trying to chase. On ups and downs, push on the down and then slide on the up. Lots of little things. It's all a matter of just playing the game. Learn your power-ups. Power-ups are critical in races. Yeah, if you ever have any questions, feel free, shoot me over DMs on Discord or anything. I don't mind answering anything. I've got a lot of racing videos up on YouTube. I've got a couple of that mini-series. But racing can be fun, and it should be fun. If racing isn't fun, try to find out what's making it not fun. Like for me, today wasn't fun because I wasn't able to actually take part in the sense. I was always just trying to hold on to the group. And if you're always just trying to hold on to the group, that's not fun. There is something to be said that if you know that you need fitness, a race is a great workout. But if you're always dangling off the back or getting dropped, it does suck. So that just means, are you racing the right type of races? Like for me, I will never do full-on climbing races because I suck at climbing in Zwift. I'm too heavy. So I like rolling races or flatter races because I'm more of a sprinter or a puncher. So it's all about finding where you fit. as you ride more, you'll figure it out where you kind of belong, like what style. No, and it's weight definitely plays a role, and watts per kilo plays a role. But obviously, depending on the category that you're racing in, it'll kind of change, you know, how much you feel like you balanced. I've been there. That just means you have good flat watts. So you just take advantage of the flat watts or downhills. You will always have the advantage on downhills. So that just means that if you get tailed off at a climb, you should be able to kind of tuck in and catch them on the descent. So that's kind of like the balance of knowing your strengths and weaknesses and catering to them. As a heavier rider, what you want to do, start at the front whenever you start on a climb or a kicker or whatever. Kind of slide through the pack. And the goal is, don't drop off at the back of the pack before the end of the climb. But if you start at the front, you have a lot of sliding room. Because as long as you're in the draft once you go over the top, that's all that matters. And the thing that everybody fails at, when you get to the top of a climb, keep pushing. Push until you settle. So many people do not push over the top of a climb and get dropped. And it is one of the #1 reasons for getting dropped on a climb or a kicker. So many people don't finish. Because just because it's tipped over doesn't mean you're in. You have to settle back into the speed. Like, if you're climbing at like 10 kilometers an hour, but your flat pace is 30 kilometers an hour, don't settle until you've settled back to 30 kilometers an hour. Otherwise, the group's just going to buzz you and leave you behind. All those little things that build up. But nobody gets it right first try, for sure. It's like for this. We were sitting at 30K, 30 kilometers an hour. You got this little climb. We're going to dip way low in speed because it's a kicker. Down to 18, 17, 16, 15. Okay, so we're going to settle into 14, 13, 14. Depends on the steepness of the climb. Alright, and then at the top, don't just ease. And obviously this group is pacing on a certain pace. But roll over the top and make sure you get close back to your speed. So I'm not going to settle until I get mid-20s. There we go, 24. And that would be a good rollover. Go for whatever is comfortable for you. It also depends, if you have a smart trainer, what your resistance level is. For me, I have it set so I very rarely get out of the big gear in front. I typically stay on the big chain ring. But that's just because of how I have it set. I don't want to drop a chain shifting from small to big or big to small. So if I just keep it like this, then I have less of a stress point. But it's really whatever feels comfortable for you. That's the #1 factor. The Zwift cog. So yeah, then it's less important because you're never going to drop a chain. If you're using Zwift cog, then yeah, just 100% down to whatever feels comfortable. A lot of people will shift down, but the big thing, shift down before you feel you need it. If you've bogged down and like you typically ride at like 80 RPM and you're down at 60, you've already missed your shift. You want to, like, if I typically ride at 80, 85, I do not want to see my RPM drop below 70. Because then it's going to be a slog to try to get yourself back up to the RPM, and you're going to burn some matches trying to do it. So your best bet, pre-shift. Even if it means you go up to 90 RPM, if you can still put out a similar power, it gives you a little bit of a chance to kind of scale back instead of being behind the curve when you shift, if that makes sense. That's the best way to think of it. You never want to let yourself kind of, if you feel like you're pedaling through mud and you still have gears left, it's too late. You've already missed your chance to shift. But if it's a punchy climb, sometimes, like, if it's like a 30-second climb, sometimes it's better to just kind of push over it without really shifting much. If it's a 1 to 3 minute climb, you might shift down like once or twice. And if it's a longer climb, definitely, you're going to be shifting down. But it's very much depending on how you're feeling, depending on the speed of the group that you're in. So there's no, like, one-size-fits-all answer to that. That is a learned thing. I only do it because my butt hurts sometimes, legitimately. I am not a standing climber. Some people don't stand at all. If your knee is hurting, then you should probably do knee dips. That is your best friend for trying to rehab a knee and grow the muscle around it. I will say I will almost always stand for a sprint. You're never going to get the same power out from a sitting sprint compared to a standing sprint. But that feels like you might be pushing more than your body is ready for. And the best thing to do in that case is to work on knee dips, where you stand on one knee, keep everything pointed forward, and slowly lower your body. So here, I'll show you. Because I've had that. So I'll try to show as much as I can on bottom right-hand hand. So one leg, and slow. This is much harder on cleats. Keep everything pointed forward. Hold it for about 10 seconds, and then up. And then other knee, one leg up. So this leg is up, everything pointed forward, down, hold for 10 seconds. Because basically, what you're probably struggling with, and I know my wife has the same issue, is this muscle around here isn't holding your knee as much as it should. And because of that, it's allowing your knee and your leg to kind of move. Whereas when you're sprinting, you should only have forward momentum. There should be no sides. So it's very much, you should just be straight on. And that's the big thing with those knee dips, is do not let your knee waver. Your foot and your knee should be aligned, and you should be going down straight in a line. Never, ever let them do this, or you will have issues. But if you keep your knee straight and your leg straight, and you do knee dips, I promise you within a couple days, you'll feel better. Anytime that I add in more load on a bike, than my body is ready for, like if I went from nothing to 5 hours a week, I would absolutely have that problem. But easing up on the load for a little bit and doing those knee dips fixes it every time. Did Zwift die again? What is happening with Zwift? I don't understand what's happening with Zwift. Zwift is a pain. Well, that's my sign that I should be done, because my computer's having issues today, so I need to check on updates. But yeah, for things like that, definitely feel free. Because the big number one thing that I tell anybody, cycling should not hurt. If cycling hurts, something is wrong. And the best thing you could do is either ask people or just Google search like pain in this spot while cycling. And I can almost guarantee you'll find a solution. But cycling should be a very low impact sport. It should be fatiguing, but it should never hurt. So that's always like my number one suggestion. That is always fixable by shoes. My number one suggestion is heat moldable shoes or wide shoes. If there's a thin wire on your shoe and that's causing pain, like a hot spot, put padding under it so it expands. Here. So like on my shoes, there's the BOA laces, but you notice that the BOAs are connected to a full strap. So if this were to pull over my foot, it would probably be very painful because it doesn't spread the load over the foot. So if you have anything that is focusing load, if your foot rotates when you push hard, look into either tightening, or no, not tightening. Look at your cleats and get less float cleats. Because if your feet are able to rotate a lot, it means you have too much float. So you want to reduce float. That's why speed plays and such are only recommended for people with. So what kind of pedal do you have? Do you know? So if it's like Shimano, the color on the Shimano dictates float. Look might be similar. I'm not sure if Look has different floats. But there's got to be. I'm not super familiar with Look, but I know with Shimano, the different cleats have different colors, and the colors denote float. Like red, I think is like super locked in, next to no float. Yellow is mid float, and gray is high float. And if you have too much float, your feet will do this. And that is bad. High float is only good if you have knee problems. If you have knee problems and are rehabbing and you're riding purely for rehab, float is great. If you're not doing it for like rehab, don't have float. Float is bad. Float will cause knee problems. So yeah, definitely look and see if Look has different color cleats that change your float, because that is the #1 way to change float. Because cleats kind of allow for a certain amount of movement before they kick in the flip out motion. So that's your best bet. All right, I gotta get going. But definitely send me any questions if you have any. I don't know if I'll be online tomorrow or Monday. I don't know. Yeah, insoles are iffy. Unless you're fitted for an insole, I don't know. I'm iffy on insoles. Heat molded shoes are always my go-to. Heat molded shoes are great because they'll mold right to your foot. Anyways, I'm rambling. I'm gonna head off. I will talk to everybody either tomorrow or Monday. Have a good rest of your weekend, and I will see you next time.